we need to go back and ask, what's the point of education? I can give you my opinion on that. I guess education is about, you know, everybody achieving their full potential. And I know that sounds like a very you know, generic sort of feel-good statement, but if you think about it, I mean, what is it that everybody really wants at the end of the day? I guess it's to be happy, whatever that may mean on a personal level. Everybody wants to feel like they are contributing, like their life has value. I guess maybe what has happened in society today is that the value of somebody's life has become too much intrinsically linked to how well they do economically, maybe. So we look at people who do well economically, and we think that we should follow them, we should follow them as role models. Okay. I guess a really pertinent question would be, should we be doing that? Because some of these people who have a lot of money may not be the best role models. I think education has to be linked intrinsically to making sure that the problems we face as a society, as a race, as a species, that we are able to tackle those. And if we look at recent history, I think we are failing to do that spectacularly. You know, from everything from climate change to social injustice to social inequality to, you know, even things that hit sort of very close to home right now, things like you know, what happened during the COVID crisis and education, you know, where essentially for many teachers it was like a nightmare come true that they have to, you know, tackle technology. Why weren't we ready for this? You know, and I think those are questions that really need to be asked and need to be discussed in depth, because I think they showcase or they highlight in a very clear way the fact that many things in education are broken, but they are broken because we are not asking the right questions and we're not understanding the right reasons for why we are educating. And if education is only about making sure that corporations have employees that are skilled, you know, there are a lot of things missing. You know, where, for example, one of the things that worries me the most, and I think one of the things that now we are really seeing the fallout of this not having been tackled in education, is the lack that many people seem to have when it comes to interpreting data or interpreting information. Which again sounds like something academic, but what does it mean in practice? It means, you know, listening to the news and not believing everything that you hear, or listening to more than one version of the news and then doing your own research and figuring out what is the truth. The whole concept of truth, you know, what does that mean nowadays? Take a video of somebody and make them say whatever we want them to say, whether they said it in reality or not. Discussion now on the post-truth society recently, and I think that's exactly, that's a wonderful way of, well, I mean, it's a terrifying way of classifying the age that we live in, but I really think that what we are missing in education right now is even a strategy or an approach to even discussing these problems. Because it's always about, you know, how do we achieve our learning outcomes? How do we achieve, you know, good grades at the end of the year? How do we make sure that everybody is safe and protected and so on? And all of those things are very, very important. But at the end of the day, if out of the education system we don't get young men and women who are able to think critically, who are able to, you know, call out hypocrisy wherever they see it, who are not able to be leaders of the future, I don't think that education is working.